welcome to my channel. In today's video I thought I would gaming a bit and do a response to a comment I got on my last video. I don't usually respond to comments in this way, like in a video or something, but I thought this could be a great learning opportunity, so I will do that, because let's turn something negative to something positive. Let's do it. So on my last video on 10 life lessons I have learned, this video as I put up on the screen right now, I got the comment, "Sorry, I don't understand spastic talk." First off, I think you meant speech, because you're using the word talk wrong in this comment. But nonetheless, we're going to respond to this comment because it is ableist and it is an opportunity, like I said, to learn more about disability. I want to say that I am very aware of my speech, both my accent, my pronunciation issues, my speech patterns, and my underlying problems with speech, which is what I'm going to talk about in this video. But first off, if you really don't understand my speech, go and click off this video and go to your journal and reflect why. Maybe you should expose yourself to a wider range of dialects, speech styles, and people. Just a suggestion. I know, now I kind of pronounce the word suggestion wrong because it is a hard word and I have communication problems. I have problems with my speech and I'm aware about that, and that's not stopping me from doing YouTube videos. Anyway, I removed and reported the comments because it was hate speech in my opinion, or ableist speech. But I still want to respond in case there are other intolerant people who can't stand diversity out there and they come across my videos and they think the same as this person. People who are quick to judge what is not normative or considered an acceptable default. I want to respond to those. So I have always have difficulty speaking due to my autism, which is a neurodevelopmental, that was a hard word again, neurodevelopmental disability that can affect communication amongst other things. I was non-verbal, and when I finally learned to speak, I developed mutism, which is when you can physically speak but you won't speak due to psychological problems. It's fairly common in autistic children and younger autistic people. And so even when I did speak, when I was physically able to speak, I didn't speak because I had mutism. So I rarely spoke as a child, and now I'm trying as an adult to function in this society, and it's not my natural instinct to speak. The first thing I do is more natural for me to write. That's why I kept a blog before I started a YouTube channel, because YouTube is very speech driven. And yeah, I wanted to challenge myself and put myself out there, because not everybody can be the same. And not to forget, English is not even my native language, so double the difficulty there. Despite my difference in speech and difficulty with it, I chose to share things on YouTube, and that takes strength when you are not like others. I mean, I get bad comments quite often about things like my appearance or my disabilities, but I equally get, or more, I get more good comments than bad comments, otherwise I wouldn't do this. But it takes strength. And because I'm not a native English speaker, I looked up the word, quote, spastic, because I was unfamiliar with the term, and sue me for not knowing everything in a language that isn't even natural speech to me. But anyway, when I looked up the term, I learned that this is considered derogatory and is a slur, and is used to people with disabilities as a slur, as a derogatory term. So this is not an accurate descriptor of me either. It's not, even if I have speech differences, it's not an accurate descriptor. You don't use that term. It's a derogatory term, and it's not okay to use that. It's like the N-word or any slur or derogatory term you don't use to describe people. To comment negatively about my disability is not just unkind, it's ableist, and ableism is discrimination. To use slurs is not okay, and your freedom to use them takes away my freedom to exist. So therefore you can kindly shut the fuck up. But thank you for commenting, it gave me inspiration for content, at least, for this video. I also want to talk about why I remove some comments. It's not always about me. And sure, it's a difference between constructive negative comments and hatefulness, and this was hatefulness, and I won't tolerate bullying on my channel, regardless if it's targeted at me. It will hurt someone else who is in my shoes. I just say that. I mean, even if you target a comment at me, it will hurt someone else reading it who is in the same shoes as me. And if my family reads it, if my friends reads it, or other people who are in the same shoes, or even not in the same shoes but like my channel, they will be hurt by that comment. So that's why I remove it, because my channel should be safe and friendly, and that goes before the right to comment freely. Commenting I have kept saying this, that commenting is a privilege and it's not a right. Come on now, we can do better, a lot better, as a society, on how we treat disabled people and regular people and people in general. We can do better than this. So come on, really, you can do better. And while I am on that topic in this video, I want to talk a little bit about bullying, growing up disabled, and further educate people about what it means being outside of the norm, and how we can, and give some tips and advice on how we can treat people better, with dignity, respect, with kindness, some changes we can do in our speech, because speaking is powerful, voices are powerful, and we should use them for good and not for bad. So now let's focus on that a little bit. The first thing, and the main thing I want to say here, is don't use slurs, don't use old-fashioned words or derogatory words. I thought that was obvious, but it's apparently not. If you are to talk about a disability, use the word disability. Don't use words such as handicapped or challenged or what's the other one? Varied abilities or stuff like that. Just say disability, or if it is about a diagnosis, just say diagnosis. Don't use words to like go around the word disability, because it's nothing wrong with having a disability, and if you're using other words, it is like saying it's wrong to have a disability. Also, if you are unsure about a word, if it's okay or not, you can always Google it or simply ask the person you are going to talk to about it if it is a correct word or a derogatory word. If you are unsure and you don't know, ask before, and don't expect all disabled people to be your educator, of course. Don't expect everyone to educate you about disability, because we are just regular people that want to live our lives. But if it is a person you're close to, you can always ask. And if it is someone like me online who dedicates their time to teaching and educating people, you can always ask if you are not sure. And but don't expect the average person to be a teacher about disability. It's not the way to go about it. Also, if a person hasn't told you or told anyone or being open with having a disability, but you think they seem to have a disability, don't assume. Don't be the one to take the first step to ask them. Let them come to you. If you're thinking someone acting in a way that that shows that they have a disability, but they are not open about it, or they haven't told anyone, or in the social media, but you think they seem to have something in quotation marks, don't be rude about it. Don't point it out before they tell you if they have something. That's... I think most people are open if they have something, but if they are not, don't be the one to point it out. Don't take the first step, because they will or they won't. And if they won't, then there are a reason, and you shouldn't be the reason for them to open up if they don't want to. I know, some people are ridiculously curious about things. Too curious about things. And I usually let the person come to me or open up. I don't want to force someone to open up. I mean, we don't force gay people to come out of the closet or out them, so why force disabled people to be open? I mean, if they want to, like I want to because I want to educate, that's fine. But if someone of whatever reason don't want to be open, we shouldn't force them. Even if we can see or hear or in a way tell about the person that they are disabled, we shouldn't force them to talk about it if they don't want to. I can talk about my things because I want to educate, but not everyone is like me. And that is fine. That is okay. So yeah, I think that's enough for this video. I think that's wrap this up. And in one way, I like that I receive comments because that's good for the algorithm, and it honestly inspired me to do this video. So I am a little bit thankful for such an opportunity to talk about it. But nonetheless, not everyone is like me and can handle it and can just brush it off. Maybe you think I didn't because I did a video about it, but honestly, this is for educational purposes. I did this video. It's not because I am upset about this comment. I wanted to educate. I got inspired. That's why I did this video. So, yeah, what do you think? Do you have any opinions, reflections, stuff? Leave it in the comment section. But be kind, be nice, and be respectful. And I see you in my next video. Bye.